Marvin Wallace here again. I want to, first of all, thank you again for stopping by my page. I appreciate the views and the comments and the different instant messages I'm getting. I must be doing something right, so I'll keep on doing it here for you guys. Anyway, today I want to talk a little bit about diversification. I get a lot of people ask me, Marvin, well, what is it that you're selling today, right? What are you trying to sell now, right? And what people don't understand is I sell the same things I've been selling for years. It's just a matter of I've learned to sell more than one thing at once. And the reason, and I knew nothing about this, and I just kind of want to maybe educate somebody who maybe don't know. When I was back in the day, I used to sell insurance for a company, and they sold mutual funds and things of that nature alongside as another product, right? But what I learned about mutual funds is it's not like stocks if you don't know anything about it. With a stock, let's just say you have, just for the number, say we use $100. If you had $100 and you wanted to buy some stock in maybe IBM or whatever, right? And you wanted to invest all your $100 in IBM. Now, if IBM make a profit, you're gonna make a profit. But if IBM lose money, you can lose your entire investment, right? So with business, I mean, what I learned about that is if you got all your eggs in one basket and the basket turns over and all the eggs break, you're in trouble, right? So I found another way of doing it is diversify your funds or your whatever you're doing. Diversify. Let's use that same $100 and put it in a mutual fund as an example, right? Well, a mutual fund is not going to put the whole amount into one stock. They're going to break it down. I mean, you may have 20 stocks that they're invested in. You may be buying in Walmart. You may be buying in Walmart. You may be buying stock in Firestone or whatever the big stores. Firestone, Macy's, the big department stores. BC, yes. Any of the big Fortune 500, Fortune 100, 200 type companies, you may be investing a portion of that $100 into there. In other words, you're not putting the whole 100 in one. You're putting maybe 5% here. All right, 5% here, 5% here, and so on. Until you've got obviously 20 different places where you've got 5% of this $100 going into all of them at one time. But for example, if this stock here doesn't make money, you're not losing everything because you've got another 19 different sources that could possibly make money. All right. Even if you lost on 10 of these products, you still got 10 that you could potentially earn money on. So pretty much it's a matter of diversifying or just putting a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit, so that if something goes bad, you've not lost your whole investment. And if you're wondering what this has got to do with business, it's got a lot to do with business. This is what most folks who actually successful in business, they know. Number one thing I noticed, I mentioned I've gone to several different seminars, conventions, summits, you name it, over the last eight months here, 7 months. I must have been to, my goodness, about 5 different conventions. And I know there's one thing that a lot of the people who are very, very successful had in common, and that is they like to be in control of their own time. They like time freedom more than anything else. Time is more important. A lot of people who are of a different mindset, they think it's all about the money. Well, it's not all about the money. It's all about the time you have. Because if you've got more time, you can do more things and bring in more money if you want, if that's what you want to do with your time. But the bottom line is, if you learn how to manage time a little bit better to help, then that's where diversification comes into play. And by the way, I have a link under this video that if you'd like to see how to diversify some of my program, just click the link. It'll show you exactly how I did it. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out there promoting, especially one product I promote, which is the Empower Network, and you're probably familiar with the Empower Network. If you're not familiar with the Empower Network, something's wrong. I mean, you're not really paying attention to what's going on the internet. But anyway, and a lot of people take and use a replicated site and expect to make money. And that might happen for you, but the bottom line is it's not going to happen long, and it certainly won't be long term. You got to make some changes. So what I've noticed is, first of all, you got to not always promote replicated sites. I mean, after a while, everybody's sitting on the internet, nobody's even clicking on your link. So you got to kind of create a system within the system. Well, for me, not only do I promote the Empower Network, but there's a few other affiliate programs that I'm also promote as well, because it doesn't matter to me where they send the check from as long as they send the check, right? But anyway, so diversifying your business might be just an option for you. Another thing I want to talk about today is I was looking at a video earlier, Robert Kiyosaki. I hadn't seen this one, but I want to kind of talk about it because it looked pretty good. The reason why this is something I wanted to talk about is I got a text from a guy on my team today who's kind of struggling. We all do, until we learn different skills and learn how to do certain things. So we all struggle. But I think one of the things that helps me, first of all, when I'm wanting to work with somebody, now sometimes I don't even get to talk to people. They've signed up in my business before I even talk to them. But this particular guy, I talked to him, and I just had a strange. I didn't feel very, very comfortable about the conversation, so I really actually advised him to, give it some consideration before he got started, before I know the guy signed up. So, I mean, here it was, right? So here we are a month down the road, and he's calling us saying it's not working. And here's my thing, all right? I was watching that video from Robert Kiyosaki, and the reason why I had a somewhat of a hesitant, I was hesitant to continue working with this guy because of our first conversation, but I thought, he'd be okay because he made the decision, not me. But anyway, I looked at the video today, and it told me what I needed to know. And I'm gonna share it with you. This is something I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. If you guys are not familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, you should Google Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote a book with Donald Trump. He wrote his own book, which is a bestseller, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He's a businessman, entrepreneur, and he's one thing I like about Robert is he don't mind giving you the information that's going to help you grow your business. So this is something I got from Robert, and I want to kind of share it with you. Robert Kiyosaki says there are 4 different type of people in the world, right? Especially when you're explaining your opportunity to them, and you may want them to join or whatever. But you got to understand the different type of people. One of those people he talked about are people who like to be right. All right, they like to be right all the time. They're educated, PhD, and just know everything about everything, and you can't tell them anything. Those type people are not going to be good for your business. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. You probably won't even recruit them, to be honest with you. And if you do, they'll they may be analytical, so they may want to dig into it. When they find out that what you're talking about is genuine, they may get started. But those type people they're tough. But when they get to hang up with you, in good shape. But the bottom line is, those people I don't always spend a lot of time on. I have to let them do their own due diligence, check it out themselves, and then make a decision if they decide to make it. If they don't decide to make it, it's cool, because it's not the type of person that I could work with that well. I just can't. Because again, I'm not an arguer. I don't like to argue with a lot of people, so I don't have time to be arguing, especially when a lot of times I talk to people who have all this knowledge, and it's all in their head. It's what they believe or what they've been used to, and it don't matter that things could change. It don't matter that this is the 21st century and we don't do business the same as we did 30 years ago. Some folks take that old way of thinking and they got it here in present time. It's really not working. So when you got those people that want to be right all the time, let them do their own thing. Second type person he talked about is those people who like to be liked. All right, now I'm gonna tell you something about our industry: network marketing, affiliate marketing, direct sales, whatever industry you might be in. A lot of people can't do it because of this. They can't get over the fact that somebody's not gonna like them if they do that. This person who's right may not like them because this person can be hard to deal with too. Okay, so you must know that. The third person, and this is the most common I see, is those people that want to be comfortable. These people that want to be comfortable here. Those are the people that's got a job or whatever, and they've got some sort of income coming in. And after they get off work, they'll go home, sit on the couch, watch TV, and maybe play golf, or whatever they do, but nothing to educate themselves. Most of these people in these three categories, well, at least in this category, and sometimes in this category, don't read a full book a year. You know what I'm saying? They won't pick up a book and learn something new no matter what, because first of all, this guy's always right, he already know. The guy that's always liked, he's too busy trying to be liked. This guy's always comfortable, he ain't got time to read no book, he won't watch TV or whatever. So you got to understand the type of people you're dealing with. This is the type of person you want, and he talked about it today. He said you want a person that's a winner. You want a person that likes to win, okay? You want a winner. Athletes are winners. They're very, very competitive. You want somebody that's extremely competitive about what they're doing, and not only that, they got to have a strong reason why. That winner should have a very, very strong reason why they're willing to do what it takes to develop certain skills, because developing skills is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. I mean, you make a lot of mistakes along the way, and a lot of people feel that failure is a bad thing. Well, Michael Jordan says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? And obviously, no matter how good you are as a ball player, Michael Jordan was one of the greatest. I guarantee he missed a lot more. He had more failures than successes, but he kept going until he got that success. He kept moving the ball down the court, getting it up in that hoop, or shooting it up to get a point as many times as possible. So those are the people. But again, the reason why is so important, because if your reason why is not strong enough, a lot of things can stop you. Even if you if you have a winning type attitude, if your why is not strong enough, you may be a winner, but you figure, okay, well, this is not, I'll go to something else and see if I can win there. But if you got a why strong enough, you see something that might work for you, you're not gonna stop until you get it done. Not if your why is strong enough. You need to figure out what that why is. I cut a video a while back on why, and but it was my opinion on why. What is your why? It's not just that you need money. That's not good enough. It's not just that you want to buy something. That's not good enough. Your reason why has got to be deep. It's got to be a deep emotion that if it doesn't happen for you, life is not happening for you pretty much. All right, so your why's got to be just that deep. You got to figure out exactly why that is, what that is. I'm sorry. So just make sure you have a strong enough why, and no matter whether you come across people that want to be comfortable, whether you come across people that want to be right, whether you come across people that want to be liked, you're still going to be able to go on to achieving your goals, because you know why you need to do it. Okay. And if you haven't figured it out, we'll do another video in a day or so. We'll talk about what is your why, and think about it. Listen, like I said, there's a link beneath this video to give you an example of how I put together several different programs that I promote all at once, and I invite you to check it out for yourself. Maybe the opportunities that I do are not for you, but at least if you have an idea, you'll see how you could kind of diversify your particular portfolio and just do a little bit more. I learned that from David Smith, and if you know him, you might want to look him up on the internet. David Smith, he's a good guy to get to know in this industry. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you for stopping by my video again. Look forward to talking to you on the next video. And as always, man, to your success, I hope things work out for you like you want it to work out. And just keep your eye on the prize. I mean, live here. You're looking at the guy right now that no matter what, I've got a goal and I'm going to achieve it. No matter what happens. Hell or high water, I'm going to make it happen. You can too. Adapt the attitude. Let's make this thing happen. Listen, thanks again for stopping by. See you on the next video, y'all. Peace.